Welcome to our first installment of, I guess, our wrestling episodes now.
I mean, if we figured, hey, we're entertainment. Our podcast is a Screen Squad, so we're gonna focus on things we see on screen, not just movies. Even though movies are our bread and butter, that
Bread and butter.
ain't giving to no bread to butter. But we're gonna try to focus on some of that the other entertainment we like is wrestling.
The stuff that we stuff that we watch.
And the good thing is, you're coming back at a good time because you've been away for a while.
I've been away from wrestling for a long time, and I just started getting into it again recently, just because I was like, oh well, let's now that WrestleMania is coming back to to our hometown, and it was like
Los Angeles,
right? So I was like, well, let's get some tickets. So we're gonna go see. I'm gonna go see WrestleMania. So well, I'm gonna go see WrestleMania. Go see AEW. We just went to go see NXT live when we were down in Florida. So that was interesting thing. So I'm starting to get back into the swing of things. Starting to get back into knowing who all these wrestlers are. Starting to get into the storylines, all that stuff. So
yeah,
I'm deep in it. I'm deep in it now. I'm deep in all of this stuff. Right, I'm elbow deep.
Yeah, since we're rocking our Project Rocks, we gotta represent with the WWE focus more. I think we're gonna do AEW too, but right now we're just keep it as a simple wrestling focus on what happened this week through all the shows.
Well, I mean, basically, just so far, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday right now, so we can only we can only recap the kind of what happened Raw and NXT, and I don't follow NXT as much, but I do know. I mean, I do have a picture that I took with Braun Breaker at the NXT live event.
Yeah, shocked how tall he was.
Not as tall as I thought he was gonna be.
It's kind of like when you stand next to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Not as tall as I thought he was gonna be.
No.
Maybe just a little bit taller than I was. I was surprised. He's buff. He's built. He's a tank, but he's not as tall as I thought he was gonna be.
To see how high he jumps to drop kick, it's
and these,
that body mass is it's crazy.
Let's start with November 28th's Raw. Right, we had an hour of commercial free Raw. Right.
I think it's the last hour, right?
It was the first hour. It started off with the first hour of commercial-free Raw, where you get which is actually a lot of I prefer no commercials. Like that's why I enjoy the premium live events. I think they're a lot of fun when there's no commercials.
Live events.
Right, they're a lot of fun when there's no commercials. Right, where you get where you just it's just action after action. I mean, even though in the premium live events you have the cut scenes, right? Their own promos for other things that they're showing. That they're hawking, all the things that they're hawking, all the commercials, the shop, WWEshop.com. But
but see, you also see promos come out now. Like you see people cutting promos on with the storylines going on. If you've noticed, especially coming back from it, how much better have promos gotten?
Not everyone. There's some trash people. There's some trash promos. Like Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler are not good at promos at all. They're not good on the mic. They might be decent at actually wrestling, but they're not good at they should never be allowed on the mic. And this is coming from somebody who's just coming back to watch people talk on the mic. There are some people that should be on the mic that are captivating to watch on the mic. Right,
your Becky Lynch's.
Becky
who started off Raw.
Becky Lynch is good. Becky Lynch, even Bailey's good. On the mic, Becky Lynch is good on the mic. I like seeing Judgment. Finn Balor's good on the mic.
I actually say it right, Finn Balor.
Finn Balor's good on
Finn Balor's always have.
Finn Balor.
It's the cultist promo in front of your face.
No, I mean Dominic Mysterio. Dominic still has to work on his mic. He still has to work on his mic skills.
He's working on.
He has to work on a lot. He has to work on a lot.
Mr. Should have been Namor. Damian Priest.
He's Razor Ramon. He does a lot of Razor Ramon stuff, right? He does.
He's a Puerto Rican wrestler, man.
He does it.
He
does a lot of Scott Hall, which I admire. He does a lot of callbacks to Scott Hall. I like that. I like the Judgment Day. I'm in love with Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley. Since I first saw her like years ago, I told you from the beginning, Rhea Ripley. I'm
Yeah,
all
Rhea. You're like, who that?
Who
I was
that?
like,
Like,
oh, that's Rhea.
that was my replacement to Paige, right? That's instantly the replacement to Paige.
Saraya.
As soon as I saw Rhea Ripley, I was like, Paige who? Get her out of here. I was like, Rhea Ripley, just because I think Rhea Ripley could rip me in half.
And she's a much better like physical wrestler. I mean,
yeah,
especially now since Paige lately, sorry, Saraya Paige, whatever. Since she's come back from her long hiatus,
her neck injuries, injuries.
She's not gonna be the same. She used to be like ballsy and didn't care and threw herself everywhere. She can't do that anymore.
That's what I've noticed that Liv Morgan is doing. Liv Morgan is throwing herself everywhere.
Yeah, that's her character though.
Well, yeah, but that's even I can see that that's dangerous. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt there.
Yeah, but with her character doing that is different because in WWE there's way more actual safety protocols, and don't make it still feel like it's an indie show.
Yeah,
it's a very corporate show, so wants to make sure you don't hit certain things. Yeah, things happen, but they have medical personnel there who will help you out ASAP. If Biggie's injury would have happened in an indie show, we wouldn't be talking about him coming back ever.
I don't think he's ever gonna come back.
He'll come back as something, but he'll come back.
Isn't he coaching? Isn't he like a coach right now?
He's too popular on the mic, and I'm good on the mic and actually popular with fans.
I just started going.
Keep him around.
I just started going back to like on Peacock and watching old like Survivor Series when he won the championship and when he was like going after it. Like he's good. Like I always saw him as just part of the New Day, but when he was going like when he had his championship run, when he was doing all, I'm like, dude, like he was good. And I remember
the worst finisher though.
But I remember seeing him. Like I remember seeing that episode where he got injured.
Yeah. And
I was like, damn, that was nasty.
But he was upbeat, happy. He's like, it's cool. Don't blame him.
Yeah, it happens.
Things happen. Accidents. So,
right.
But he was upbeat, so that's why no one's ever gonna say anything bad about him.
Yeah. So that's another thing. So Raw was started off with Becky Lynch with a fight between Becky Lynch and Damage Control, right? And I like that whole fight that went into the merch booth and all that stuff. Then you had Judgment Day.
Did that booth look fake to you, or am I tripping?
No, that was the regular booth. That was all that.
It looked like when they put on the other side of the curtain, so the ones that people were buying, they'd see one, but then you see the one that's.
It looked exactly like the one that where we bought all that merch from. We bought all that merch from NXT. NXT.
And that's one of the coolest looking titles.
Yeah. So that's is where we bought all the NXT. It looked exactly like that booth, but yeah. So we went from that straight into the match between Mia Yim, which again that's somebody I'm just newly introduced to,
Mrs. Keithley.
Which you recently told me that was Mrs. Keithley, so that's cool, right? I didn't know that, and I'm recently introduced to Mia Yim. And her versus Rhea Ripley, which turned into Judgment Day versus the OC.
Yeah.
And then
I'm still not gonna call her Michin.
No, I don't understand how they just quickly switch names that quick. But whatever.
Well, it feels like that was supposed to be her name coming in, but everyone still calls her Mia Yim. So it's like, all right, we can't make this stick. We'll just mention it once in a while.
Mama call her Mia Yim. I'ma call her Mia Yim.
Yeah.
So, like. That and I like the transition from going from one fight to a next fight. I think that worked. It was the pace that worked for me at the beginning.
Yeah.
But then you get the MVP of everything that I've been watching so far, which is Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn for me has been
bloodline?
And everything that Sami Zayn has been doing, like since I've been seeing him, I have been enjoying everything with Sami Zayn.
So if you go back enough, before Sami joined Bloodline, you'll see. Majority of these promos were done by Jay, Roman, but most of the time it's Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
and Paul Heyman is a mic god because he'll come at you. There's videos online where you see him like talk about almost anything and everything, just kind of just pop off a head. nothing like really written down. He's one of those guys you can give a mic to. He'll give you good 20. He's like, do 20 minutes so we can set things up. All right, done. He'll give you 20 minutes, and he'll do it on time too.
Yeah.
Which is why I think he's one of those guys you need for Ronda and Shayna.
You need a mouthpiece for them. You can't let them run. They need that mouthpiece. Like how originally you had, like, you have MVP to talk for Omos, right?
Yeah.
You have somebody to talk for them.
MVP is also great on the mic,
right?
too.
That's what I'm saying. You have somebody to talk for them. Like until they can build their mic skills, right? They need to build their mic skills. You need somebody to run the mic for them, to build their character, right?
But Sammy's one of those guys who just was so good.
He's
good in the ring too.
And he can convey the emotion. That was another thing. Like that what was it? The SmackDown where they ripped the shirt and they officially gave him the honorary Uso shirt. That was one, right? All that stuff. Like that whole all that, like that whole storyline, the whole storyline they've given him. I can't.
Uzi stuff.
I know.
That's off the dome,
like
man.
I know.
Off the dome.
I know that they've been that they're teasing that's gonna be a fight between, like, he's probably gonna win the Royal Rumble. He's probably gonna have to.
No.
I have a feeling
he still has to go through the Kevin Owens thing, then go through. Then maybe go through the Usos.
I have a feeling he's gonna. Well, Kevin Owens for sure is gonna fight Roman at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Right, Royal Rumble. Then there's gonna be some betrayal, but I have a feeling it's gonna be Sami Zayn going towards fighting Roman Reigns, because it's gonna be one of those where not only is it gonna be a betrayal, like having to take down the Usos, but he's gonna ultimately, I think it's gonna be Sami and Roman. Even though he's not, I don't feel like he's at that level. He's more at the level of the Usos.
No, he's there when it comes to being that, because he's that big of a babyface. He's in a heel faction, but he's still a babyface.
Yeah,
that's why his character works there, because you really don't need any other babyface to show up. Yeah, he show up briefly to, hey, I want to fight you too.
Yeah,
but he's the guy. He's the guy. Eventually, he's gonna be the guy to face who's whoever needs to be faced.
I have a feeling he's gonna face Roman eventually. Then we get the return of Montez Ford. We got the return of Montez Ford in the Street Profits, and I like watching Montez Ford. From the first time I saw him, he is one of the high flyers that I want to see live. I want to see that guy with no ceiling, right? Because I want to see that guy jump.
You're seeing him buff.
Yeah.
Okay. When he first started, he was leaner, and just. You'd see this dude just fly. He could probably fly across the entire ring, and that's and probably stand on the other turnbuckle.
Yeah.
Shit. Like you can probably do that.
Yeah.
That's how athletically gifted he is.
There's just nobody in the division right now, like in tag team division, other than the Usos to go against. Because Alpha Academy, they're just somebody to take on. They're just another heel faction. They're good, but. Although I like Otis, when I went back and I watched all the old matches with Otis, I liked Otis's old character. I don't like his character in Alpha Academy. I don't like his character right now.
He reminds me of remember Teen Wolf? No.
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember Teen Wolf 1 and 2?
Yeah. The friend. Yeah.
The bad guy in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah, the one with the bicycle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's who he reminds me of.
Yeah, he looks like him. Yeah, well, but again, I prefer.
No, I'm saying like his character just feels like he's just.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I preferred it. That's what I'm saying. I liked his whole character and his whole shtick with the whole Mandy Rose thing and all that stuff before. I don't like his character. I don't like his whole thing, his whole storyline, and his whole background now with Alpha Academy. I don't like that. Then we have this. Now we have this whole thing with Austin Theory. I like the new Austin Theory. I didn't like the selfie Austin Theory. That was getting annoying. I liked what they did at Survivor Series with Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, and Austin Theory. I liked that whole triple threat match. It caught me off guard the way it ended because literally putting an advertisement for Beyblade when he comes out instead of showing his name to me was like, bro, That's like that's disrespectful. Showing a commercial for something on the screen, and then to be a distraction or a misdirect, and give that guy the champion, make him the USA champion, right? And now ultimately, I think what they're gonna do is because they're talking about him. They've been teasing him against John Cena, and that's probably gonna happen at WrestleMania.
You know what? I can see it happening. And it's the idea behind Theory was basically he'd be like the second coming of a John Cena. Vince liked that, but Vince isn't in charge anymore.
No,
but so you what his character had to take a big step back in order to get the great little Austin Theory look you get now. Because before he was an annoying little prick with a camera. Because his big thing started with the whole stuffy thing. Happened with last year, Survivor Series, with the whole the egg from Red Notice. Remember that movie?
Yeah. Oh, I still haven't finished watching that Survivor Series.
Okay, so yeah, that egg that Vince had. He took a selfie. He stole it. Took a selfie. Whatever. Lost it.
Oh, thanks. I haven't finished watching that Survivor Series. I didn't know how it ended.
Whatever. Doesn't matter. Not that big of a deal. But.
My camera just died. Keep going.
All right. Well, it's a nice little nice little direction he's going to now, because without that, you really would just he'd be like a filler character, and you don't want that. Right now, he's showing that he can step into that role, which is great because it leads to more heels to go after, to move forward. Who you won't know who's actually going to be winning that Royal Rumble when it comes up.
Yeah.
Soon, because you have so many guys being put up front. Like, oh, okay, wait, this guy's got some he's got some heat coming up. He's got everything coming up. We're seeing things about Kevin Owens, we're seeing things about Austin Theory, we're seeing things about, the Usos. You'll probably see random people maybe come back. Who knows? There's way more people coming back thanks to the Triple H era.
Well, I like Austin Theory's character now. I like the way that they're going with his character. I like the feud that he has with Seth Rollins. I like it, although I like the feud that he had with Riddle, that Seth Rollins and Riddle feud. I know that that's over now, but I like where they're going with the feud here. I don't know how they're gonna like. Bobby Lashley can have a feud with anyone, right? Because he just manhandles whoever.
He's a monster.
Right? He's the same thing as Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman can have a feud with anyone, which I know for a fact Braun Strowman is going to have that feud just based off of last week's SmackDown. Is going to have that feud with Gunther, because and that whole team, and he's probably going to team up with Ricochet.
Oh, that's right. You don't know. He was originally called. He came in as Walter.
Yeah, I know that, and I did know that because you told me that when I was playing the video game. Oh, okay. You had mentioned that. But he doesn't want he doesn't want to be called Walter anymore. He wants to keep Gunther, because everyone's going by their names now, their original names. He doesn't want to. Real quick recap. Now Dexter Lumis is part of Raw, right? He beat The Miz. He gave out real money.
To children.
To kids. They apparently those kids ended up using that money. I don't know if WWE kind of forced them to go buy merch with that money, but. But there was a video on YouTube where those kids went to go use that money to buy money. But then Johnny Gargano's wife was Candice LeRae. She beat Dakota. She fought Dakota Kai. All of the I don't know how. Like you're still fighting after that women's War Games match, because that was a tough match. Like that was like watch. Like I don't know how they do it after having even after 3 days of rest. Like I'd still be exhausted.
Oh, that's 2 days.
Even then, like 2 days. Like I don't know how you do it even after 2 days of rest.
No, I mean I can tell you.
Sleep.
Sleep. I was like sleep. Yeah,
still.
You don't do anything the whole next day. You're like,
Still. But well, I mean, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. Like what's gonna happen like next week on Raw, and even with SmackDown. I'm telling you, like
Friday for SmackDown as well.
Well, that's true. This Friday for SmackDown. I know we didn't get a chance to go over NXT, even though we have that Iron Survivor match. That's gonna be interesting. The first ever Iron Survivor match, and Delicious Nikita Lyons.
Trying to figure out how they're gonna do with that whole thing because I'm not gonna lie, I still don't understand what it is.
Yeah,
It's a match of 5 guys, but what's the difference between a elimination match?
I'm gonna watch it because I'm intrigued in regards to how it's gonna work.
Yeah, one of Shawn Michaels' eyes told me that hey, keep watching.
Yeah, so I'm interested. I'm intrigued into what's gonna happen. I don't know who Dijak is. Again, I don't know a lot of the characters on. I don't know a lot of the characters, so
I'll send you more links to more matches. But Dijak is legit in the ring. He's legit, and if you've seen him before, heck, even with when his battles with Keith Lee in NXT, watch those.
Okay, I'll have to do some more research on Dijak, but
Dijak is legit. He took a hiatus because they moved him up as a different character that we will not say names of because it's so stupid. So yeah, he was one of those guys got screwed over by the move up because of the direction Vince wanted to go with.
Okay.
But yeah, he's legit. He's legit, and I think him being brought in and given a tough heel persona is gonna make that any title he goes after seem even tougher.
Well, I mean, it was okay. We'll see. I'll have to take a look in regards to some of these matches that Dijak has had. So we'll see. And then I mean, I'm gonna watch that pay-per-view on the 10th. And I'm definitely looking forward to Royal Rumble. And apparently they're gonna have another pay-per-view in the Middle East in January. Apparently that's what's happening. So we'll see what's gonna happen. And then we'll come back again next Wednesday for another episode of Untitled Wrestling Show by the Screen Squad, tentatively titled
Screen Squad presents Wrestle Focus.
The pile drive, the finger in the butt slam. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
We'll give it a name.
But
you have a time.
The ankle lock.
You have a day.
I don't know. There's gonna be something. We'll figure something out. But we will be back next week with another episode to talk about it. Maybe another one this week. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But we'll talk about more wrestling.
All right, cool.
We'll see you guys again next week.
All right.